Studying abroad is an exciting experience, but it can also be challenging. Students who study abroad often face the challenge of adapting to a new culture and learning a new language. However, a study abroad experience can also be rewarding in many ways. This video will give you some tips to help you prepare for a study abroad program in Europe. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Also, click the notification bell icon to get more upcoming informative videos. Let's get started. Reasons to study in Europe. 1. When most students think of where to study, Europe is not usually the first place that comes to mind. There are many reasons why students should consider studying in Europe, though. 2. First and foremost, Europe has a rich history and culture that is unmatched by any other region in the world. Students would be able to explore this history and culture firsthand by studying in Europe. 3. Additionally, European universities consistently rank among the best in the world. Students would be gaining access to some of the best education available anywhere. 4. Another great reason to study in Europe is the diverse array of languages spoken there. Students would have the opportunity to learn new languages or improve their existing language skills. 5. Europe is also a very affordable region to study in compared to other parts of the world. Types of schools and programs available in Europe. There are many types of schools and programs available to students. The most common type of school is a public school, which is funded by the government. Public schools are available to everyone and typically have a more diverse curriculum than private schools. Private schools are funded by tuition payments from parents and typically have a more limited curriculum. There are also charter schools, which are publicly funded but operate independently of the government. Magnet schools are another type of public school that focuses on a specific subject or discipline. There are also many different types of programs available to students. Vocational or technical programs offer training in specific trades or occupations, while academic programs prepare students for college or university. Some students may also choose to homeschool their children, which allows them to tailor the curriculum to their child's interests and needs. How to apply and scholarships. Applying for scholarships can seem like a daunting task, but with a little preparation, it can be easy. The most important part of the process is to start early. Scholarship deadlines range from as early as October to as late as March, so there is plenty of time to apply. The best way to start your search is by looking online. There are many websites that list scholarships and their respective deadlines. It is important to remember that there are many different types of scholarships, so it is important to tailor your search according to your needs. Another great resource for finding scholarships is your high school or college counselor's office. They will have a list of local and national scholarships that you may be eligible for. Once you have compiled a list of scholarships, the next step is to start applying. Living in Europe as a student, it's no secret that Europe is one of the most popular destinations for students from all over the world. The many universities, diverse cultures, and relaxed lifestyle make it an ideal place to spend a few years studying. But what are the costs and logistics of living in Europe as a student? One of the biggest expenses for students is accommodation. In most major European cities, rent can be expensive, especially if you want to live in a central location. You may be able to find cheaper accommodation options outside of the city center, but this can mean having to commute long distances every day. Another big expense is food. Groceries and eating out can be expensive in Europe, so it's important to budget carefully. Costs and scholarships. When it comes to college, the cost is a big factor for many students and families. The good news is that there are scholarships available to help offset the cost. However, you need to know where to look and how to apply. The first step is to understand the costs associated with college. There are tuition and fees, room and board, books and supplies, transportation, and personal expenses. You can get an idea of what these costs will be by looking at the college's website or brochure. Once you have an idea of the costs, you can start looking for scholarships. There are national scholarships as well as those offered by individual colleges. You can also look into private scholarships from organizations or businesses. The best place to start is with your local library or online search engines. Pros and cons of studying in Europe. When it comes to deciding where to study, there are many factors to consider. Cost, location, and the type of program all come into play when making a decision. For students looking for an international experience, studying in Europe can be a great option. There are many pros and cons to consider when weighing whether or not studying in Europe is the right decision for you. On the plus side, Europe offers a wealth of culture and history. Students can explore world-famous cities and learn about different countries and their customs. In addition, European universities often have excellent reputations and offer high-quality programs. Tuition rates in Europe are also generally cheaper than in the United States, making it an affordable option for students.
In conclusion, for international students, it is important to consider what they want to study, where they want to study, and the kind of program they are looking for. The main thing that they should keep in mind is the cost of living in that country.